There have been a ton of recent changes that have enabled multiple unique and powerful combos, like blinding poison, triple grenades, and infinite turrets. So in this video, I'll go over 10 unique combos in Destiny 2. I'm Marshix, and I make Destiny 2 guides for you. If you enjoy, all I ever ask for is just a like on the video. This exotic has a secret interaction that's mentioned nowhere in the game. Mask of Bacchus changes your dodge into a shift that gives your arc and stasis weapons a 10% damage buff. However, since this is a fallen helmet, it'll also buff Lord of Wolves, which is a fallen weapon, even though it deals solar damage and should not be affected by this. We all know the rally barricades from Storm's Keep are really powerful, but did you know you can use this with the tall barricades? Well, if you pair this with Saitan's ramparts, you'll be able to shoot through your tall barricade and still gain bolt charge from Storm's Keep. Is it better to use this over a rally barricade? Absolutely not. But you can place this down for a tall barricade and then swap to another exotic and it'll stay there. So if you want slightly safer Storm's Keep, you can swap to this and then swap back. The TechSec armor set will create blinding explosions whenever you break a shield with kinetic damage or defeat a powerful combatant with kinetic damage. And despite its green color, poison is actually considered kinetic damage. So if you're running a Weapon of Sorrow or Necrotic Grips, your poison can activate the set bonus, blinding things as you poison them. You can spam ignitions to completely stunlock a boss. Dragon's Breath is a rocket launcher that sticks into your target and spits out fire. This will deal damage over time and apply Scorch, then whenever you trigger an ignition, Dragon's Breath will gain extra fuel and reload itself. So we're going to take advantage of this by pairing it with Ionia. This will improve our Hellions by making them deal more damage and fracture into multiple projectiles that all apply Scorch. Similar to Dragon's Breath, this will build up an ignition in the background as you deal damage with your other weapons. And since they're both applying Scorch, they'll create an ignition every 5 seconds without you having to do anything, giving you time to shoot Dragon's Breath, swap to a special weapon and shoot 3 times, then swap back to your freshly reloaded Dragon's Breath and repeat. The DPS isn't very high, but the total damage is pretty good. The new exotic axe has a unique interaction when paired with Outbreak Perfected. Dealing damage with the axe will build up Nano Assault. This takes forever to fill up, but once it's full, you can hold reload to swap to its enhanced form, where it deals more damage and creates flaming tornadoes that apply Scorch. However, if you have a teammate running Outbreak, and they attach Siva nanites to your target, the Nano Assault perk on the axe will charge up significantly faster, allowing you to activate its enhanced form an extra time or 2 per damage phase. You can get 3 grenade charges on Warlock and Hunter. For Warlock, we're going to need the newly updated Chaos Accelerant to give us 2 Void Grenades, and we're going to pair this with Nothing Manacles. This will give us a 3rd Scatter Grenade, which we can use to blow things up, or you can pair it with Tessellation to also blow things up. This fusion rifle allows you to convert your grenade into a charged shot that creates explosions after every kill. And since we're using a Void subclass, that explosion will weaken everything hit by it, and it will continue to chain to nearby enemies, making it great for ad clear too. Since we have 3 grenade charges, we can activate this back to back to back, and on top of that, it will also return grenade energy after every kill, and each shot can return more than 1 full grenade charge. So as long as you're getting consistent kills, this easily goes infinite. For Hunter, you'll need a strand aspect called Widow Silk. This will give you a 2nd grenade charge, then to get the 3rd grenade charge, we need Moth Keepers. This will give you the 3rd grenade, but it turns them into moths. Then from here, you can run this alongside Exteris for the Moth combo, or feed them into Tessellation like the Warlock version. And even though the grenade icons are green, they count as arc grenades for Tessellation to make it deal arc damage and blind everything. There's a really cool combo that allows this rocket to never reload. For this, we're going to need a Hazen's Vengeance with Demolitionist and either Apotheosis Veil or Spirit of Apotheosis on a class item. Demolitionist will reload your weapon whenever you throw a grenade, and Apotheosis will give us multiple grenades after we pop our super. And whenever we pop our super, the Origin trait on Hazen will double the magazine, allowing it to hold 2 rockets at a time, doubling the value we get from Demolitionist. So just shoot the first rocket, then pop your super to overflow the magazine, shoot those rockets, then throw a grenade to automatically reload it, shoot 2 more, throw another grenade, and repeat until all rockets are gone. Two-Tailed Fox is a rocket launcher that shoots 2 different elemental rockets, and with its catalyst, it shoots a 3rd rocket. 1 Void rocket that suppresses, a Solar rocket that scorches, and an Arc rocket that jolts. Now, because this deals 3 elements, it pairs nicely with Mint Retrograde using Elemental Honing. This will increase the damage of Mint after dealing damage with multiple elements, stacking up to 5 times for a 35% damage buff. So all you have to do is shoot Two-Tailed Fox 1 time to get Solar Arc and Void. Dealing damage with Mint will bring you up to 4 stacks, and then you can just throw a Stasis Grenade or Melee to get the 5th stack. And now that you have the highest damage buff, just dump all your Mint into one target. This also helps a new perk called Aggregate Charge. This will deal more damage to enemies with multiple debuffs. Since all 3 of these rockets apply a different elemental debuff, it will instantly gain all 3 stacks, giving your aggregate weapon an easy 33% damage buff. This combo gives you a massive damage resistance. Smoke Jumper is a new armor set from the portal. With the 2-piece, picking up an Orb of Power gives you a 45% damage resistance that decays over time. It only lasts for a couple seconds, but as long as you're continuously picking up orbs, you'll constantly have it active. And the way we're doing this is with attrition orbs. You can use this on any weapon, but swords are unique because the orbs spawn inside your hitbox, which means you'll pick them up the instant it spawns. So when you're sorting a boss, you'll constantly be refreshing your damage resist and healing with each orb too based on your health stat. So if you're struggling to stay alive against Crota, this might be a good option. Warlocks recently got a massive buff, making all of their elemental turrets count as grenades. So each turret will deal more damage based on your grenade stat, apply effects like Jolt with Facetive Dominance, and activate mods like Firepower. So with that in mind, I decided to combine Getaway Artist with Ionic Sentry. Getaway Artist allows us to consume our Arc Grenade to spawn an Arc Soul on our shoulder. And Ionic Sentry will give us an alternate grenade that turns into a stationary turret that blinds enemies and gives us Bolt Charge. Now, since these are both considered grenades, Spark of Shock will make all of their hits apply Jolt, making them both extremely good for ad clear, and with Electrostatic Mind, every Jolt kill will create Ionic Traces. Picking up these Ionic Traces will recharge our grenade to ensure we get another Arc Soul, and all of these ability kills will quickly feed into another Ionic Sentry, making it so we have both turrets active at all times. And while this is a really cool build, it gets even better with Prismatic, which you can see in this video where I break down 4 must-have builds in Destiny 2. Thanks for watching, I'm Marshix, and I'll see you next time.